Hello, welcome to NBA Talk with Jordan Valdez. First things first, let's get to today's matchups. And our first matchup is Udonis Haslem versus DeJuan Blair. Udonis Haslem, backup power forward for the Miami Heat. Very good post player, throws down some power dunks sometimes. 6'8", a little bit undersized. Um, he really helped the Heat when he came back. He was injured for a lot of the season, but when he came back from injury, he gave a big boost to that team. Now, DeJuan Blair, also an undersized player. He's a power forward center for the San Antonio Spurs. He began the season starting for the Spurs, but then at center. But then he was replaced by Antonio McDyess because Greg Popovich realized that he was too small to be starting at center. He's only 6'7", and he's the second shortest center in the entire league after Chuck Hayes, who plays for the Houston Rockets, two Texas teams. What a coincidence. DeJuan Blair is also a very good post player. He's really big and strong, and he can really post up bigger defenders very well. I'm going to give this matchup to Udonis Haslem, though. DeJuan Blair's younger than Udonis Haslem, and someday he might be better than Udonis Haslem has been. But Udonis Haslem was with the Heat when they won the championship in 2006. He's playing with Dwayne Wade for a long time. Dwayne Wade specially requested that he stay on the team when they got together, the Big Three. He's been with the Heat for a long time and has just made a huge impact on that franchise in the in the early 2000s and even now. And he's just been very effective for that team. So I think he deserves that matchup. Our next matchup is Boris Diaw versus Channing Frye. Boris Diaw is one of the most versatile players in the entire NBA. He can play 4 out of the 5 positions: shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. He is the only player. The other player that can play 4 positions is LeBron James, who can play point guard, shooting guard, small forward, and power forward. Uh, but although both of them can play 4 positions, Boris Diaw is the only one that can be listed as a guard, forward, center, which is kind of interesting there. So a lot of people say that he can play point guard, and a lot of times for the Bobcats he does. So you could argue it's not one of his more natural positions, but you could argue that he can play all 5 positions on the court. The only player in the NBA right now that pretty much that can do that, and still be good at playing that position. He's 6'8", which is pretty tall at point guard, a little bit undersized at center, but it works out anyways. He's a very versatile player. Not only can he post up, but he can shoot from the outside as well. Now, Channing Frye is a power forward center for the Phoenix Suns. He starts at power forward for them, but he can also play center. There was at one point this season when in 2 straight games he hit the game-winning shots. He's one of the best three-point shooting big men in the league right now. He's 6'11", so he can shoot over perimeter defenders very well and knock down the 3 ball. But obviously, since he's a center, he also has some post moves. I'm going to give this matchup to Boris Diaw, though. When it comes to three-point shooting, yes, Channing Frye is better, although Boris Diaw can also knock down the 3 ball. But when it comes to which player is a better basketball player, Boris Diaw deserves that matchup. Now, I got a surprise right now. I haven't done this before, but I am gonna read my predictions for since the lockout's going on. I have nothing else to do to talk about, so I'm gonna read my predictions for this upcoming NBA season, if there is a season. Okay, so I'm gonna give first the East standing, the final standings that I predict in the East, and then I'm gonna read the West, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about NBA headlines, because that's what we typically do at the end there. So first we're gonna go through that, and then we're gonna do NBA headlines. So first for the Eastern Conference, 1 seed Atlanta, 2 seed Boston, 3 seed Miami, 4 seed New York, 5 seed Chicago, 6 seed Washington, 7 seed Orlando, and 8 seed Philadelphia. And in the West, The 1 seed, I predict Oklahoma City. 2 seed, Phoenix. 3 seed, Los Angeles Clippers. 4 seed, Golden State Warriors. 5 seed, Portland. 6 seed, Dallas. 7 seed, Los Angeles Lakers. And 8 seed, Memphis Grizzlies. Now let's talk NBA headlines. Former NBA player Javaris Crittenton was charged with murder. Thank you for watching NBA Talk with Jordan Valdez, and I will see you next time.